Today's topic of discussion is self-love. So, self-love is an important concept when it comes to developing oneself and being fulfilled with yourself. You're somebody who has self-love to continue life. You're not somebody who needs anybody else and depends upon anybody else. And a woman will sense that and see whether or not you have self-love within you. As soon as a guy doesn't have self-love, he's somebody who is dependent upon other people. He's seeking love from other people, and he's feeling as though that he needs to be completed. If he's with a woman, then that's a problem, and that is somebody who is showing needy type behavior. So we're going to be discussing some key points in terms of how to develop self-love, and then that way there you're going to be very attractive to women, and not just women but everyone in general. So first point is purpose. So you as a man, right, you need to be working on your purpose each and every single day. So I've mentioned this several times in previous videos. So your purpose, your God-given purpose, needs to come first in life. So a lot of guys in society, right, they are not purpose driven. They don't know what they're doing in life. They're just living on a day-to-day basis, coasting through life, and there's no sense of drive and determination and to push forward in life. You as a person, you as a man, you have been created unique, and you have certain strengths and weaknesses. So you need to figure out what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, and then you need to work on your strengths and see that, okay, this strength right here is something that God has given to me. So then your purpose is going to be related to that. And then at the same time, you're still going to be working on your weaknesses, but your strengths, your things which you're naturally good at, those are the things that you should be prioritizing, because that's what God has given you in terms of strengths. So everyone's got their own unique strengths, right? So some people it's, for example, communication. Some people it's, networking with people. For some other people, it can be just, working as an individual, so by themselves, and then they're able to be really creative. Everyone's got different strengths and weaknesses. So you need to sit down with yourself and be like, okay, what's my strengths? What's my weaknesses? What can I control? What can I not control? And then that way there, as time goes on, right, you're praying to God, you're asking God to guide you through life, and then He will effectively help you figure out your purpose. And then once you've figured out your purpose, then guess what? Everything else falls into line then, because this right here is my mission, this is my calling, and I'm working on this each and every single day. So then when a woman sees that, and then when you're speaking to a woman for marriage purposes, she'll know straight away that, right, this guy here has enough self-love and he has enough self-respect, and he's somebody who is very purpose-driven. He knows where he's heading to, and he's got a clear vision of where he's going to. And a woman falls in love with that. She sees it as, this guy here, right, he's going to be able to lead me in the relationship. You got all the other feminists and so on, and these type of women who are, modern day women. They're saying, they want to lead the relationship. But as I said to you guys in the previous videos, those are the type of women who you don't want to have a relationship, and you shouldn't be interacting with them. You shouldn't be giving them any attention. So stick to the women who see you as a man, who's somebody who is purpose driven. So that's really important. Next point is God. So a lot of people in the self-development videos and on YouTube, right, they neglect this side of it when it comes to God. God is always first in life. So if you don't have God first, anything related to relationships, you're not going to be able to benefit from it. So you see a lot of guys in this, red pill community, all these, communities related to relationships. Their relationships are not thriving, and they're not doing any good, and they're not getting women who are actually, good quality women, and they're getting promiscuous women. Reason being is because they're not putting God first. You as a man need to put God first, and you need to see it as, okay, what does God want me to do? God wants me to work on my purpose each and every single day. He wants me to provide value to society, and He wants me to put God first. It shouldn't be a woman, and it shouldn't be anything else. A lot of guys, right, what they're doing is they're chasing after women, they're chasing after, materialism, they're chasing after, career status, all these other superficial metrics. But when it comes to God, they've got God as at the bottom of the list, and this is what the problem is. Hence why God isn't able to reward them kind of people there, and isn't able to protect them kind of people there. God gives you protection from a lot of the temptations and filth out there. This is what it is. This is the reality of it. Like myself, right, I've always tried to put God first, right? So I've never been in, for example, a haram relationship, and I've never, for example, jerked off either. Like, God take my life. If I'm lying right now, I've never done any of these kind of things there. Reason being is because I've got self-love within myself to know that I'm not controlled by desires of women. Do you understand? So if I see an attractive woman, or I see, a woman who looks attractive, I'm going to be able to control myself. I'm not going to be like, not going to be able to do that. Some people, as soon as they get around an attractive woman, they start to become so nervous, they start to become tense, they start to change their character. And this is what the problem is. A lot of guys, what they're doing is they're not putting God first, and then hence why God isn't able to give them that power. As soon as you put God first, right, you've now got power to effectively use, and then you use that towards your purpose, you use that towards building yourself, and then you're using that towards providing value to society. You understand? So then that right there, right, that attracts good energy. So quality, good energy. And that good energy, that can be used towards providing more value. So it's like a build of momentum. So you're building up momentum. So you know how they say there's a downward spiral? But the opposite of that is an upward spiral. So God, when you put God first, God can effectively help you get onto that positive trajectory, and then you can start to move forward in life. So that's really important, guys. You guys need to see it as, without God, right, you will not be able to function. Like all this stuff here that I'm saying right now, if you're not able to put Him first, then you're not going to be able to excel in all areas of life. So that's that point. The next point is alone. So you as a man, right, before you even get into a relationship, you need to see whether or not you're able to control yourself. And you think to yourself, right, can I be somebody who can stay without being in a relationship? A lot of guys, right, they're getting into relationships, yeah, and then as soon as they break up with, one woman, they just jump into another relationship, or they're seeking another woman and saying, oh yeah, I need to get into another relationship. That sense of jumping into a relationship and needing a relationship, that equals needy behavior. And that's a real big turn off when it comes to women. Women see that and like, this guy here is needing a relationship, and he's somebody who needs to be fulfilled in the relationship, otherwise he cannot live without me. This is what the problem is. A lot of guys, right, they can't live without women, and they can't see it as, okay, just being alone with yourself and being content in life. So I tell this to guys as well. I'm telling them, okay, look, so before you even speak to a woman as well, you yourself, have you done the self-development within yourself? Have you been working on yourself? Have you been working on your strengths and weaknesses and figuring out what your God-given purpose is, what value you're providing to society? And you as a person, are you like trying to excel in all areas of life? So mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. A lot of the times, guys haven't built that solid foundation, that base, and then they're expecting, a woman's going to come along and be like, oh yeah, she's going to help him out. It's just, that's not how it works, guys. This is the cold reality of it. Women are not going to come along and be like, oh yeah, I see this guy here, yeah, who's just broken, and then he's just going to flip in, be built into this, whatever the case is. A woman see that as, this guy here, right, he's got a lot of work that needs to be done. So you got certain women who will get into that. So you see a lot of women in society who are attracted to these like bad boy type guys, who are toxic guys and so on, and then they're going with these loser type guys. Those women there are of low quality. That's what you guys need to realize. You want to be them type of guys who are picking high quality women only. It shouldn't be a situation, right, where you're thinking, oh yeah, this woman here, I'm thinking she's, looks attractive, but then this woman here is a low quality woman, and then you're so, desperate to get into a relationship with that. This is what the problem is. you should only be seen as, I am only trying to attract high quality women. Because you're going to attract, as soon as you're leveling yourself up and you're working on all areas of life, right, you're going to be getting women who are attracted to you from all different walks of life. So women who are low quality and women who are high quality. Do you understand? And you need to decide whether or not, and filter the woman and see whether or not she's actually of marriage potential. You understand, guys? So the low quality ones are always just going to be the low quality, and they're not going to be able to provide that actual benefit to your life, and she's not going to provide value to you in the long term. Do you understand? You may be like fulfilling your own desires temporarily, but in the long run, that's not going to benefit you guys. So it's really important, guys. See it as you'd rather be alone than to be with a low quality woman. So that's that point. And then the final point is peace. So you need to be at peace within yourself before you get into a relationship. I see so many guys in society, they are broken within themselves. They are men who they don't have that sense of self-love within them, and they don't have that peace of mind knowing that they can live without a relationship. A lot of guys, what they're doing is they're just running off the relationships. They haven't got that peace of mind within themselves to be like, okay, I've still got my peace of mind. When I come home, right, once I've worked on my purpose all day predominantly, I can come home and then be secure within myself and to be confident within myself and to be like, I'm somebody who is at peace. Do you understand? That's when you are actually ready for a relationship. A lot of guys are not at that stage there, and then they're trying to chase after a relationship and they haven't built that within them. So peace links back to God, you know. So focusing on prioritizing God, right, that right there will give you the ultimate peace in life. Do you understand? Knowing that you can still continue life with or without a woman. Do you understand, guys? So that's really important. And then the woman sees that and she acknowledges that, and she's like, oh, this guy here, right, he's got genuine peace whether I'm in his life or whether I'm not in his life. And that is so attractive to women. Women see that and like, oh yeah, I need that energy. You know, because in general as well, men and women, both of them, the majority of people are lost in life. They haven't got no peace of mind. Hence why they're always saying, oh yeah, you know, I need something to make me happy. You know, I'm chasing after happiness. I'm trying to get a job which makes me happy. You know, all these kind of things there. These are all superficial things there. God hasn't created us to be happy 24/7 and to be in that state of, you know, being happy all the time. No, God has created all humans to experience trials and tribulations and to go through pain and suffering and to become a better individual from that. That's where the lessons are learned, from pain and suffering. You're not learning lessons when everything's going well, when everything's going according to plan and everything's going great. It's like, no, the lessons that you learn predominantly are through your hardships in life. And that right there will mold your character. So just to wrap up, purpose. So each and every single day you need to be working on your purpose. You need to be prioritizing yourself and prioritizing, how can I figure out what my God-given purpose is? And once you figured out your God-given purpose, that's your value that you're providing to society. And then you're going to be stepping into that and you're going to be constantly progressing in that, progressing each and every single day. And a woman comes along and she sees that and she's like, this guy here is on a mission. He's somebody who he knows where he's heading to in life. A lot of guys, what they do is they pretend and they put on that front to say, oh yeah, I'm doing this and that, but they're not actually doing that. And then the woman tests them by, you know, giving them the time delay, so on and so forth. And then the guy ends up failing it because this guy starts to chase after her. And then the woman sees this guy here, he's not working on his purpose. Do you understand? So attention, right? So as a side note, right? When a man doesn't give attention to a woman becomes attracted to him and starts to desire him. Reason being is because that attention that he's not giving to her, right? He's using it on his purpose. Do you understand, guys? This is what these other, you know, relationship guys, they don't seem to understand this. They're just like talking all this rubbish, yeah? They don't understand, right? When you use that attention, yeah, towards your purpose, that's what is attractive, and that's what women find attractive. Women have been created that way. God has created that for women. Do you understand? I'm giving you guys like top game right now. This is what it is, and this, you're not going to learn this anywhere else. God has created women like this. Reason being is because they are looking for a leader and they are looking for a guy who's purpose driven. Do you understand? And that's what the best example is, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, how he was purpose driven. Do you understand? and then he was able to attract so many different women. He had multiple wives and so on. So that's why purpose is so important. That's why it comes number one in life. And then the next point is God. So your relationship with God always comes first. No matter anything in life, it comes before friends, family, whoever. God always comes number one. Do you understand? It comes before everything in life. And then once you focus on God, once you prioritize God, guess what? You're somebody who's going to be able to excel in all areas of life then. So then when you excel in all areas of life, then you're going to be able to really step into that and be like, start to make progression in that. And then the next point after that was alone. So being content with being alone, and you're not somebody who needs a relationship and is dependent upon a woman to come into your life and be like, oh yeah, try and provide value to me. It's like, no, the man is secure within himself, and he's somebody who already has value within himself. He doesn't need a woman to come along and be like, oh yeah, I can do this and I can do that. And then, without the woman, he starts to feel as though that, he is not worthy anymore. It's like, no, a guy who's alone and a guy who's at peace of mind with himself, that is very, very attractive to women. And women see that and they sense that, and they're like, this guy here, right? If I was to leave him, he'd still be good. If I was to stay with him, he'd still be good. So either way, he's happy with who he is. Do you understand? He's not going to be somebody who is going to have a heart attack and he's going to start to, commit suicide or any type of craziness. He's going to stay purpose driven. Do you understand? He's going to still do his own thing. And then the final point was peace. So being at peace with yourself and peace with being who you are as a person. And that's when it goes back to self-love. You've got the self-love, knowing that you're somebody who's got peace of mind. You're not somebody who is seeking validation and seeking attention from anyone. You're somebody who is secure within himself, and you know full well, right? If a woman comes into your life, then yeah, it's good. If she doesn't come into your life and she's not providing value and she's somebody who is not getting on the same page, then guess what? You're gonna separate from her, and then you're still gonna be at peace of mind. Do you understand? So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that makes sense. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.